There's so much that we have going on. We're excited about doing this show again. We apologize. We're not doing the virtual tours today, but we will do a version of Jeopardy Noir to continue to keep our Safer at Home series going. But it seems like everybody is no longer at home. It seems like many people are out and about. So it's been more difficult to do the tours because of commitments and trying to meet everybody's expectations with getting back on board. Hello, Jocelyn. Good to see that you're on Facebook there supporting. We're going to get started. And I am aware that more and more people are getting back to the swing of things. Therefore, the daytime access is not as grandiose as it has been these past couple of weeks. So we understand that here at the Black Archive, we're just thankful for the support that many have given to us during this COVID-19 pandemic. We're going to find ways to make this accessible. As we go through it, considering people are going back to work, so maybe more people are available in the afternoon and evening hours. So we may begin to move our programming to those times to keep it going, to keep people interested and keep people part of it. So stay tuned. That might be an option that we may be exploring to keep people that have to do things in the daytime at work involved. So again, we're not doing a virtual tour today. We are doing Jeopardy Noir. So I hope that we have some contestants. I see people coming in and going out, coming in and going out. Maybe because I'm not doing a tour. I hope it isn't because we're not doing a virtual tour. As we look to how we can restructure the tours to make it feasible for us to do the tours, we'll do Jeopardy Noir. So we're not going to labor the moment. We're going to get started. For those that may be taking their lunch break, people that may be taking their lunch break, I am Timothy Barber, Executive Director of Black Archives Historic Directory. I see I have a group of people on live, and I have a group of people on Facebook, and I have a group of people on Instagram. We're going to get started. Welcome, Mrs. Brandon. I see you Oscar JB1 is in. All right, so looks like on Instagram we have a show. We have a show. We have some contestants ready to get started. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to get started with Jeopardy Noir special edition here. I know it's not Wednesday, it's Friday, but due to obligations again, was not able to do the tour this week. So we're going to go to our first question that we have for Jeopardy Noir. I hope you guys are ready. Okay. Hester Selman say, hope to get my black card back. But we're going to do the educational side. We're not going to do black cards for this Noir, but we're going to do actual history facts. Let's go to our first question. Are we ready? Welcome, Hester Selman. Welcome, Ms. Brandon. Welcome, Oscar JB1. Cordelia. Here we go. First question. This African-American baseball player stirred a lot of controversy by not being inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. This African-American baseball player stirred a lot of controversy by not being elected into MLB Hall of Fame. Please name this particular person. Please name this person. Welcome, Moonchild. Welcome, Moonchild 0711. Hester Samuels. Let's see who has the answer to this. This African-American baseball player stirred a lot of controversy by not being inducted into the MLB Hall of Fame. Who was this particular baseball player? He was not inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. We have our answer. We have our answer on Instagram. Swamp Maid, thank you for that answer. Swamp Maid came in and answered. Do we have any answers from Facebook? I don't know what the lag is on Facebook, but do we have an answer on Facebook? This baseball player stirred up a lot of controversy. We have our Instagram answer. Okay. The answer to this question, and Swamp Maid got the answer on Instagram. The answer to this question is Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds, of course, was not inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. It's by many reasons and many accounts and assumptions and things like that. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on. I'm going to make this a short show. Here we go. What African American artist sang doo-wop, that thing, and was a hit single in the 1990s? What African American artist sang doo-wop, that thing, and was a hit single in the 1990s? 293 Lifetime BA, check out Kurt Flood. We're going to check out Kurt Flood. Thank you so much. We will do that. We will check out Kurt Flood. But that answer was Barry Bonds that we were looking for. But this question is, what African American artist sang doo-wop, that thing, and it was a hit single in the 90s? What African American artist sang doo-wop, that thing? Swamp Maid has come in with the answer on Instagram. Swamp Maid has the answer. I don't know. Swamp Maid may have been drinking his Juki juice, but he's coming in with some pain. Hester Samuels. No, excuse me. This answer goes to Panitra Jackson on Facebook. Panitra Jackson on Facebook. Swamp Maid on Instagram. That answer is Lauryn Hill. The answer is Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, doo-wop, that thing, that. I can't even sing it, I'm sorry. Lauryn Hill was the answer. We're moving on to our next question. Our next question on Jeopardy Noir. Who was the highest paid black artist in the music industry in 2019? Who was the highest paid black artist in the music industry in 2019? Who was the highest paid black artist in the music industry in 2019? We're looking for this answer of the highest paid black artist in the music industry in 2019. We're waiting for our answer. Who would thunk it? Who would have guessed this particular person was the highest paid black artist in the music industry in 2019? Who was the highest paid? Highest paid. I'm sorry, EB Queen 1. That isn't the answer. We're still waiting on the answer. The answer is not in yet. We're waiting. We're going to give it about 10 more seconds. Who is the highest paid black artist in the music industry in 2019? We are waiting to hear the correct answer. Now we're guessing. We're guessing Instagram. Instagram is guessing. We're not giving. You were doing good at first, but you started realizing you're guessing on this one. Who is the highest paid? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This answer, and a lot of you are going to kick yourself with this answer. The answer was Kanye West. Kanye West with $150 million made in 2019. Kanye West with $150 million in 2019. That answer is Kanye West. Kanye West is our answer. No, not Dr. Dre, not Cardi B, but Kanye West. I guess he figured out that he's already getting the black dollars, so he's going to switch over to support Trump and get those white dollars as well. Kanye West. I shouldn't have said that, but Kanye West. $150 million. Oh, please make me laugh. Yes, Oscar JB1 on Instagram said that I said it was a black person. So I think Kanye West, you're saying that Kanye West lost his black card. I believe that's what Oscar JB1 is saying, that Kanye West lost his black card. Okay, saying the lag is 20 seconds. 20 seconds, okay. And for some reason, my messages are not moving in this, so please check to see if Panitra Jackson made that answer before we announced it. And Pat Brandon said that's the truth. I thought he got his black card back when he became a preacher. I'm not sure. But we're moving on to our next question. What is the current highest grossing African American film? What is the current highest grossing African American film? The current highest grossing African American film. And I apologize, Facebook, but my comments are not moving up. So I'm not seeing it. I got to move it up for some reason. I don't know why. But I got to manually lift the comments so I don't see the comments. All right, EB Queen 1. EB Queen 1 has the answer on Instagram. Do we have an answer on Facebook? EB Queen 1 has the answer on Instagram. Welcome, my friends there. EB Queen 1 has the answer on Facebook, Instagram. Do we have an answer on Facebook? I'm waiting to see if we have the answer with a 20-second lag on Facebook. What is the current highest grossing African American film? Someone on Facebook definitely please can give me the answer. Panitra Jackson. Panitra Jackson, thank you so much, has the answer. We have our answers in, and that answer is Black Panther. Black Panther was the highest grossing black film. We are ready to move on to our next question on Jeopardy Noir. Thank you. Safer at Home series. Here we go with our next question. This song was the first hip-hop song ever recorded in 1979. This song was the first hip-hop song ever recorded in 1979. Please tell me, this song was the first hip-hop song ever recorded in 1979. Let's see if I can repair this. See if that will help it. This song. Okay, we got our answers coming in. We're still waiting. The first ever. Haha, Oscar JB1, you're there. Can we get the name of this song? Can we get the name of the song? Yes, this song here. All right, Hester Samuels. Hester Samuels have the correct answer on Facebook. We need the name of the song. What's the name of the song? I'm waiting on the name of the song. The song was the first hip-hop song ever recorded in 1979. Hester Samuels on Facebook has come in with the correct answer. I'm waiting on Facebook. Give me the name of the song. I see a lot of stuff coming in. It's a certain name of this particular song, and Hester Samuels certainly has the answer correct on Facebook. Do we have the name of the song on Instagram? Come on, Oscar JB1. Come on, Miss Brandon. Somebody, Abby Queen, one of y'all want to get me this song. I need to know the name of this song. This was the first hip-hop song ever recorded. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop the music. We're going to give it about 5 seconds. I can't give this song away. Oscar JB1 did do some of the lyrics of it, but we want to hear the song. Everybody coming up with the lyrics, but we want the name of the song. We're going to move on. The name of the song was Rapper's Delight. The name of the song was Rapper's Delight. That answer goes to Hester Samuel on Facebook, Instagram. Y'all gotta know, y'all gotta learn the titles of the song. We need the titles of the song. So definitely. Let's move on to our next question. This show launched the careers of Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey, Rosie Perez, and Jennifer Lopez. This television show launched the careers of Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey, Rosie Perez, Jennifer Lopez. This song launched the careers. I'm sorry, Facebook, I gotta scan up. All right, we have the answer on Instagram. We do have our answer on Instagram. Trying to see if we have an answer on Facebook. Instagram has the answer. Facebook, do we have the answer? I am scanning up. All right, we have the answer from Panitra Johnson. Panitra Johnson, the answers are in, and that show is In Living Color. Yes, definitely. You can do what you want to do in living. That's the name of the show that launched those careers. And each one of those persons did have an outstanding career thanks to the Wayans brothers and their show In Living Color. All right, here's the next question. Name an athlete that won an Oscar Name an athlete that won an Oscar. 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 Oscar JB1 have our answer on Instagram. Kayla Dixon have our answer on Facebook. We have our answers in. Oscar JB1 on Instagram. Kayla Dixon on Facebook. And that is the late, great Kobe Bryant. What a tragic loss that we would lose such an amazing individual at a young age. But the answer was Kobe Bryant, who had recently won that Oscar prior to his demise. We're moving on. Our next question. First African-American woman to win the World All-Around title. Somebody please tell me the first African-American woman to win the World All-Around title. The first African-American woman to win the All-Around title. The World All-Around title. And I still don't understand. Welcome to those that are on Facebook. I'm still waiting on that answer. That answer is not in yet. First woman to win the World All-Around title. I don't know, just Mr. Brandon. It's the first woman to win the All-Around title. World All-Around. There's only one World All-Around title that they call it the World All-Around title. I'm gonna see if you can kind of help me out with this one. You're rather close, Mr. Brandon, but we're still waiting to see if anybody has this particular answer. The World All-Around title. The first woman, African-American woman, to win the World All-Around title. We have an answer from Hester Samuels on Facebook. We have our answer on Facebook. Trying to see if we have our answer on Instagram. We do have our answer on Facebook. Hester Samuels has our answer. We're trying to see if we have our answer on Instagram. Hester Samuels, you are correct with that particular answer. We're waiting still on Oscar JB1. Finally got it in before somebody stole it from him. Oscar JB1, and that answer is Simone Biles. Simone Biles is that answer. We're certainly glad that you came in, Hester Samuels, Oscar JB1, the walking encyclopedia. We're moving on. I want to see if you can answer this particular question here. This actor, host, and rapper is now the chairman for Team Nick for Nickelodeon. Team Nick, Nickelodeon. Who is this actor, host, rapper that is now the chairman for Team Nick on Nickelodeon? This actor, this host and rapper is now the chairman for Team Nick for Nickelodeon. This actor, host, and rapper is now the chairman for Team Nick for Nickelodeon. Swamp Maid. Swamp Maid has the answer. Swamp Maid has the answer on Instagram. Do we have an answer on Facebook? I'm scanning to see if anybody on Facebook has the answer. We're going to give it just a couple of more moments before we move on. This teen actor. All right, let's see. We have our answer. Hester Samuels. Our answer is in on Instagram and Facebook. Swamp Maid as well as Hester Samuel. And the answer, of course, is Nick Cannon. We gave it away. Team Nick, Nickelodeon. Nick Cannon, amazing host, ex-husband of what the lady name is. Y'all know her name, Mariah Carey. We're moving on to our next question. He was the youngest politician to be elected as state representative in the state of Michigan. He was the youngest politician to be elected as state representative in Michigan. Who is this particular person? He was the youngest politician to be elected as state representative for Michigan. We're looking for that answer. The youngest politician to be elected. The youngest politician to be elected. We are looking, searching for that answer. The answer, Oscar JB1 on Instagram, came in right away. Oscar JB1 came in right away on Instagram. Do we have that answer on Facebook? We're waiting. Facebook, do we have that answer? We're going to give you a couple of more moments. The youngest politician to be elected as state representative in Michigan. We're waiting. We're going to give you a couple of more hits to see if we can get that answer in. Oscar JB1, thank you for the answer. Instagram, Facebook, we don't have an answer. The answer is Jewel Jones. Jewel Jones is the youngest. Jewel Jones is the youngest. We're moving on to our next question. Are you ready? This should be an easy one. This person is considered to be the father of jazz. Oscar JB1 said that he met him. Amazing, awesome. And I see that young picture you got in your profile picture. It's awesome. He's the father. He's considered to be the father of jazz. Who is he? Let's get our music going. The father of jazz. Who is considered to be the father of jazz? Not exactly, Oscar JB1. We did have that question over. I believe he's the godfather or something to that nature. But there's someone that people consider to be the father of jazz, father of jazz. And this could be a rhetorical question. It could be one based on your assumption of who would you consider to be. But this particular person is to many people is considered to be the father of jazz. I'm going to give it just a moment. We're going to give it just a moment. The particular person we're anticipating, we're going to probably move forward on this particular question. Noted to be the father of jazz. We're going to stop our clock, stop our time, and we're going to come in. And the answer we were looking for was Charlie Parker. We were looking for Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker was the answer that we were looking for as noted as the father of jazz. We're going to move on to our next question. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hits and comments from people that is saying otherwise, but we're going to move on. Here we go. This female comedian is one of the few entertainers who have won an Emmy, Oscar, Grammy, and Tony Award. This female comedian is one of the few entertainers to have won an Emmy, an Oscar, a Grammy, and a Tony Award. Please, someone tell me who this particular comedian is. Abby Queen 1. Abby Queen 1 has the answer on Instagram right away. What do we have on Facebook? Do we have anybody on Facebook that's going to tell us who this particular comedian is? I just checked the comments. I don't have anything in yet. Abby Queen 1 was the first with the answer on Instagram. That answer is correct. We're seeing if we have anybody on Facebook that may have this particular answer. We're going to stop the music. We're going to give it about 5 seconds to see if we have the answer. Okay. So the answer we have is, let me check one more time. Nope. Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg was the answer that we were waiting to hear on this one. We're going to move on. We're going to have a few more questions, a little bit of time left for this edition. This hip hop group contributed to the highest selling rap album of all time. This hip hop group contributed to the highest selling rap album of all time. Who is this particular group that had the highest selling rap album of all time? It's going to be interesting to hear your comments on who you believe that particular group is. This group, I know, performed before they were famous at Florida A&M for homecoming, and literally was booed off the stage, literally booed off of the stage. The music sounded very weird, and I just can remember how ruckus family crowd was when they announced this group coming on stage and they started their music, and it just, we didn't know. We didn't know that this group would go on to be this amazing rap group. when they were on stage at Florida A&M University performing at homecoming. We just didn't know. We didn't give it a chance. But apparently America gave it a chance, and they went on to have the highest selling rap album of all time. I'm going to stop the music and I'm going to give you this answer. And a lot of you are going to be like, wow, we didn't know. But when you think about it, they had the highest grossing selling rap album of all time. And that group was Outkast, Big Boy, and Andre 3000. I remember vividly them being booed off the stage at FAMU during a homecoming concert because they was doing the music sounded just weird, Aquila, whatever it was. But yes, that's the answer. We're moving on to the next question. This successful NBA star became the first African-American male on the cover of Vogue magazine. This was also a controversial cover, but this successful NBA star was the first African-American male on the cover of Vogue magazine. I know you're going to fly off with these answers. On the cover of Vogue magazine, this NBA star became the first African male to be on the cover of Vogue magazine. And again, it was a controversial cover. Oscar JB1 have the answer correct on Instagram. Oscar JB1 has the answer correct on Instagram. Do we have an answer on Facebook? This was a controversial cover, but it made it on Vogue magazine. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds for the lag. Don't have an answer in on Facebook. I'm going to go forth and let everybody know that this particular answer is LeBron James. LeBron James, if you remember correctly, when he had the basketball in one hand and he was holding the Caucasian lady in the other hand. I don't know who the lady was, but they likened the picture to King Kong. When he was on the Empire State Building, because LeBron had his mouth open like with the basketball. It was very weird. It was very controversial early in his career. I wonder would he take that back at this point? That's a good question someone should ask. Would he have posed on that cover in that manner, considering the atmosphere that we're dealing with today? This Chicago native won 28 Grammys and in 2013 was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This Chicago native won 28 Grammys. Yeah, that's why his wife said we got to leave Miami. Exactly. But this Chicago native won 28 Grammys and in 2013 was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Is this the guy I think about? I think, if I'm not mistaken, no, not exactly Ebby Queen, not exactly Oscar JB1. But this person has made I think if I'm KP can, Camila can correct me if I'm wrong, but this particular person just made a major statement, unless it's we know a lot of false media is coming out. But this person, I think, made a statement on social media concerning the police arrest in Minneapolis. But this Chicago native won 28 Grammys and in 2013 was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That little media post. Oh, not R. Kelly. I'm sorry. That name is banned from this show, Swamp Maid. You just lost brownie points by bringing up this particular person's name. Yeah, exactly. We would not have that particular question up for this particular artist who I'm not going to get into naming. But that's not the answer for this. This Chicago native won 28 Grammys and in 2013 was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Someone please tell me who this particular person is. May surprise you. Just give it a few moments. We're down to a point. Matter of fact, this is our last question of the day. I just looked down at the screen. We're on our last question. It's a very short show today. We didn't want to keep everybody long. Going to give you just a few more moments to answer that question. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. To the end of the music. Thank you so much. We don't have an answer for this. I don't know if we've been taking tally today for this particular episode, but the answer and the last question of the day for this one is Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones, Miami, Chicago native. Sometimes we don't take into account. Oscar JB1 said Little Richard. No, it's Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones, a native out of Chicago. So, thank you guys so much for being a part of Jeopardy Noir this week. We apologize that we did not do the tours, but it's becoming a little difficult to do the tours as we planned. We may restructure it in the way that we do a virtual setting where we have the images. Since we have our studio area in place now, we may consider doing some tours in that regard where we take you. Thought he was from Seattle. Let's verify that, because some of these questions are verified. Some of them I even say, wait a minute. Let's find out. This particular set of questions, I'm gonna blame it on KPZ that I was able to grab. Let's find out. I catch some of them that I feel is wrong. Where is and we just did a fact check. And Quincy Jones is actually from Chicago, Illinois. He was born March 14, 1933. So Quincy Jones is from Chicago, Illinois. So we were correct on that one. Okay. Oscar JB1 is doing some research. He said Quincy family moved to Seattle at the age of 10 during World War II. Yes, so that was the kind of trick to that, to see if you would go in and do the research. So thank you so much for joining us this week. We look forward to seeing you tonight. We look forward to seeing you on tomorrow. And we look forward to seeing you on next week as we join together for another edition of Jeopardy Noir, as well as our other programming from Is It True to Legacies and Profiles to Today in Black History, and again to another edition of Jeopardy Noir. Thank you so much, and we will see you on tonight. Goodbye.